And welcome everybody. Good afternoon and welcome to the Liberty League Basketball Conference Championship Tournament here on the campus of RPI in Troy, New York. Today the semifinals. 4 teams at it. 2 teams advance to tomorrow's finals. The winner gets the automatic bid to the NCAA Division III tournament. And really any of these 4 teams can win here this weekend. Should be some good basketball, especially here leading off with the opener. The Rensselaer Engineers, the host team, the regular season conference champion, taking on the Skidmore Thoroughbreds, the 4th seed, but one of the few teams that has beaten RPI on the season. RPI coming into this game 21-4 overall. They finished the conference season 15-3. That was good for first place. And the second straight season, not counting last year's pandemic canceled season, the second straight time the Engineers have won the regular season title and been able to host the conference tournament. So last time around they were upset in the finals by Ithaca. They were still made it to the conference, rather to the NCAA tournament. Looking to come back this year and sort of double up the regular season title along with a conference tournament championship. And they're going to be taking on the Skidmore Thoroughbreds. As we mentioned, one of the few teams that beat RPI in the conference this year. Thoroughbreds winning in overtime in Saratoga Springs, 71-65 earlier this season. And as soon as we start the anthem here, we'll take a little break. But before we get there, let me just tell you a little bit more about the matchup. The RPI Engineers are leading the nation in team defense, scoring defense, allowing just 57 points a game, and that's been their strength all year. If you followed them, you know quite well they tend to sort of have sluggish first halves, playing teams kind of evenly, and tend to just grind down with that defense and start to pull away in the second half. I'll tell you a little bit more about Skidmore. We're going to break here for the anthem as soon as they get started. This year, they're a pretty darn good team. They had a conference record of 9-8. They had an overall record of 14-10. They averaged 72 points a game, so it'll be a little bit of RPI defense against Skidmore offense, sort of the key matchup here. The other thing to know about the Thoroughbreds is when it comes to individual categories, the guy at the top of pretty much every category in the conference is a Skidmore player. They've got the conference's leading scorer in Tautvidas Kupstas at 17.5 per game. They've got the leading rebounder, Greg Skorik, at 12.3 a game. They've got the leading assist man, Riley Green, point guard, with 5.5 per game. In other categories, they've also got Tautvidas Kupstas leading in three-point percentage. He's also leading in minutes played, and also Skorik leads in blocks. So almost every individual category in the conference this year, led by a Skidmore player. They split the season series. RPI won here in Troy. The Engineers, by the way, have not lost a single game here on this court all season. They come in, technically, if you look them up, they'll say their home record is 9-1, but you might recall that that one loss was a game that they had to play at nearby Siena College in Loudonville because the campus here was not available that night. But they have not lost on this floor. Led by a balanced scoring attack, 4 guys in double digits: Mason Memillard, Johnny Angbazo, Dom Black, and, well, I say 3 actually active. Patrick Mahoney, the team's leading scorer, out with an Achilles injury after 15 games and hasn't been here since. He was the Conference Player of the Year 2 years ago. He was the Engineers' leading scorer, had 15.1 per game when he went down with the injury. Since then, the Engineers have recovered nicely. They fell out of first place briefly early in February, but won their last 6 games to pass up everybody, Vassar and Ithaca, to finish first again. They've been helped out by some key contributions by guys off the bench who have picked it up in place of Mahoney, especially Brian Kelly, who's been the primary starter since Mahoney has left. Also Avery Euchster, Will Fredericks. We'll probably also see off the bench Alex Perizotto and Cam Bleebtrace. So RPI, second straight season where they win the conference tournament and get to host the conference tournament. Can they win the tournament, though, this time? Skidmore is a school with a rich history when it comes to basketball in this league. They have won the conference title 5 of the last 10 seasons, 5 of the last 10. So we're getting ready to get underway here. It's going to be Memillard, number 35, and Skoric jumping in for the thoroughbred. Skoric at 6'11", generally wins these tip-offs, and he does this time. So here we go. Number 3, Riley Green, and that's Koopstas, number 5. That's Skoric, number 11, the big guy in the middle. There's Riley Green, leads the conference in assist. Into the corner, Koopstas down on the block. Skoric's hard to stop down there, and he draws the foul on Memillard. And Mason's going to have to watch out for that. Don't want to get in foul trouble too early. He picks up his first one here 22 seconds into the game. He's going to be matched up against Skoric a lot. Skoric is a 6'11" junior out of Ridgewood, New Jersey. And again, he leads the conference in rebounds per game with 12.3. He actually set the Skidmore school record in total rebounds this year with 295 and with rebound average at 12.3. And he's got the first point and make it the first 2 points of this semifinal game in the Liberty League Conference Tournament here in Troy. Dom Black bringing it up. That's going to be Koopstas on him now, backing off a bit. There's Brian Kelly and Angbazo. Skoric giving Memillard some room there and have Angbazo with the first 3 in and out. Skoric with the rebound. So there you go, Greg Skoric with the first points and the first rebound this afternoon. Kind of fitting. It's Harrison Eichelberger, number 4. Koopstas, their leading scorer, now is kind of getting around Memillard, but good defense by Mason. But now Koopstas open for a 3, and it's in and out. Angbazo the rebound. Again, the Engineers have had times where they've had just really sluggish starts and fallen behind in the first half. You don't really want to do that against the Skidmore team. They've certainly got enough offensive firepower to win this game. Inside, nice cut to Rubin, and the Engineers with their first basket. Two just underway. 18:20 to go in the first half. First game of this doubleheader, semifinals today here in Troy. Second game is Vassar and Ithaca College. Ithaca, the defending conference tournament champion from 2 years ago. Boy, Green did not see Koopstas, was wide open under the basket. Koopstas now with a 3, and he's got that one. Tautvydas Kupstas, he's second in the league in three-point field goals per game, averaging 3.0. Skidmore Thoroughbreds will try a lot more three-pointers than RPI. Generally speaking, they average about 25 a game. And inside, Will Rubin with the strong power move. Coming from the baseline, and it's 5-4 Skidmore. This is Green trying to get around Kelly. He's got the angle, puts it up off the glass, but Memilar is right there to clean it up. Dom Black, strong move. Oh, can't get the roll. Eichelberger, left-handed. Nice defense by Angbazo. I don't think he got a block, but he certainly affected the shot. Brian Kelly. Just off. Kelly, we've seen him go off with those sort of corner threes. He made 6 in a game earlier this year. He's been arguably their best three-point shooter since moving into the starting lineup. Here's Eichelberger. Turnaround jumper is good. And the Skidmore Thoroughbreds off to a 7-4 lead here. For what it's worth, matches the biggest lead of the game. Memilar with Skoric on him, trying to get him to go for the head fake, and he makes it. Nice start shooting-wise for Memilar, and it's 7-6 Skidmore. Eichelberger, oh, that hits the support over the goal, and so they'll be out of bounds, Engineers ball. Engineers off to, we're gonna have our first timeout here. Engineers off to 3 of 6 shooting from the field, 0 of 2 three-pointers. Skidmore 2 of 6 overall, including 1 of 2 two-pointers, three-pointers rather, and 2 of 2 from the free throw line. First time these two teams played, it was here in Troy, January 23rd, and RPI pulled away late for a 74-59 victory. The second time they played was February 4th up at Saratoga Springs. It went into overtime, and Skidmore outscored RPI 9-3 in overtime and posted a victory 71-65. Skidmore finished 5th in the league. Top 6 teams make the conference tournament, 6 out of 10. Skidmore finished 5th and had to play Tuesday on the road at St. Lawrence, where they defeated the Saints 67-55 to move into the semifinals. Again, this is the first of 2 games today. The second game will be the Vassar Brewers and the Ithaca Bombers. 2 teams also capable of winning it all here this weekend. And the finals will be right here tomorrow afternoon. Dom Black bringing it up for the Engineers. There's Memilar. There's Fredericks in the ball game. Couldn't hold on to it. Memilar. Oh, some contact. And I tell you, the 2 referees froze and looked at one another on who was going to make the call. And the official more towards the center court called an offensive foul on Memilar. And that is his second. So we played just 4 minutes and 17 seconds, and Mason is going to head to the bench with 2 fouls. They'll need him today, need him to get back in the game and stay out of foul trouble. Here's Kupstas. Oh, feeding side, nice collapsing defense there. Black and Euchster trying to keep the ball away from Skoric, but a little too much contact. And that foul is going to be on Dom Black, his first, and RPI now with 3 team fouls. Skidmore none so far. Riley Green. Kupstas will take a 3, and that's short, barely grazed the front of the iron. RPI chance to take the lead for the first time. Fredericks looks at a 3. Just off the right side. We've seen Fredericks get hot during the year as well. He had a game late in the season where he hit 4 of those. That was his season high, 14 in one game, 14 total points in the game. So Engineer basketball, we played almost 5 minutes, 7-6, Skidmore leading. And for what it's worth, they've led all the way. Euchster, Angbazo, everyone packed in really tight there. He's trying to go on Eichelberger, who's bodying him up. Turnaround spin shot won't fall, and the caroms out to Riley Green, who will bring it up. This is Ty Lamport, back to Green, fakes the 3. Looking for Koopstas. Nice tip away by Angbazo, but right over to Lamport for the 3. Ty Lamport, a 6'4" senior, out of Central New York, South Courtright Central High School. And Skidmore out to a 10-6 lead. 4 points now being the biggest lead of the afternoon. Dom Black looking to post up on Koopstas. Fakes once, twice, and dishes it just a little too much speed there to Euchster. Couldn't get a handle on it, and it'll be Skidmore basketball. This is Riley Green driving hard, and an alley-oop to Skoric, and Skidmore has doubled up RPI. It's 12-6. Skoric stands 6'11", and so there's nobody really on RPI that's going to be able to match up to him in terms of height. They're going to just have to try to defend him, keep him away from the basket, and keep the passes away. And there's Skoric with another rebound. Koopstas a 3. And the Skidmore Thoroughbreds off to about as good a start as you can have. It's 15-6, and RPI, again, they've had us just a history here in this season of just sluggish first halves and putting some pressure to come back on in the second, and well, we're off to that kind of start again. Skidmore up 15-6. Take a look at some of the stats real quick. Koopstas leading all scorers with 6 points. Skoric also has 4 for the Thoroughbreds. Skoric has 3 rebounds as well. On the RPI side, Will Rubin with 4 points leading the way. And Mason Mimillard, 2 rebounds, but he also picked up 2 fouls in the first 4 minutes and 17 seconds. So he's been on the bench since. Scoring wise, or rather team stat wise, favoring Skidmore right now. Thoroughbreds 5 of 9 from the field, including 3 of 4 from three-point land, whereas the Engineers are 0 of 4 from three-point range right now. 3 of 9 overall. Rebounds fairly even, 6-4. Skidmore, the Thoroughbreds have led the entire way, and right now with a 15-6 lead. Defense by Koopstas gets the tip away. Rubin tries to get it back, fighting for the ball, and he's going to get called for the reach. And the Engineers piling up some fouls. They now have 4 team fouls. The Thoroughbreds have none. Here's Riley Green. Again, this is a Skidmore team that has a lot of leaders in every individual category in the league. Koopstas, this one's going to be short, kind of a little bit farther out that time than he's been shooting before. See if the Engineers can sort of break the spell here. Euchster. There's Angbazo. He gets bumped on the baseline. That's a definite foul there by Lamport. Engineers have not scored since the 16-10 mark when Mason Mimillard hit that sideline jumper to make it 7-6. So now gone, what, 3:25 without a score here. Will Fredericks. Angbazo, shot clock at 8. Oh, it's blocked by Skoric. Nice defensive hustle by Skoric. He was not the guy who had Angbazo one-on-one, but he came over to help right on the block and got a hand on the ball, swatted it outside. And certainly his presence being felt a lot so far in this early going. Scoring, rebounding, and block shots. Euchster will try the three, and that's just off. Riley Green with the rebound. Skidmore up by 9, can push it to double digits. Green in traffic, out to Lamport. Skoric, shot clock at 15. Here's Koopsis with Kelly on him. Gonna try to drive, puts it up, running one-hander, and it goes. Leading scorer in the league, Tautvydas Koopsis, is also the leading scorer in this game with 8 points in the first 8 minutes. Nice pass by Ambazo, but just a little too low. Fredericks couldn't get it. Turnover for the Engineers. And Dom Black gonna check back into the game for RPI, and I believe that's Kelly. That will have a bench. So we're gonna have another timeout here. Take a look at some of the stats, catch you up here. Again, it's 17-6 Skidmore. They've scored 10 straight points. RPI has not scored since the 16-10 mark here in the first half. One thing to look at, turnovers. As you might expect, the score 17-6. That category definitely favoring Skidmore. They've just committed 1 turnover so far, whereas the Engineers have committed 4. And you know, that and the shooting, the overall shooting stands out as well. Right now, Skidmore shooting 55% in the first half to 27 for the Engineers. And 3-pointers, Skidmore 3 of 5, RPI 0 of 5. Put it all together, and it's a 17-6 lead for Skidmore. Played just 8 minutes and 11 seconds in the first of 2 semifinal games here this afternoon in Troy. Again, the second game is Vassar and Ithaca. Ithaca finished the number 2 seed, Vassar the number 3 seed. They play in the second game. The winner is playing tomorrow for the conference tournament championship. Again, if you missed the opening, Skidmore is a school with a pretty darn good history in the conference in basketball. They have won 5 of the last 10 conference tournament championships. Looking to make that 6 this weekend. Here's Koopsis, but I think we're going to get a moving screen here. And it's going to be on Skoric, number 11, who's trying to free up Koopsis. And instead, he gets charged with the foul. Just the second team foul on the Thoroughbreds. So it's Black, Kelly, Agbazo, Euchster, and Fredericks in right now. Memelar still on the bench with 2 fouls. Agbazo trying to shoot over Lamport. It's a little short, and that's going to be Skoric coming back the other way. Riley Green with a 3. Skidmore is 4 of 6 from distance, and they have a 20-6 lead. The Engineers have sometimes found themselves in a hole in the first half, but none so big as this, as say maybe when they played Vassar back in January, and Oswego even before the new year. As Agbazo gets it blocked. Inside Euchster, and that's blocked by Skoric, but there's going to be a foul. Greg Skoric is 6'11", certainly taller than any player the Engineers can put out there, and so his presence being felt. He's got 4 points and he's got 4 rebounds, and well, the stat sheet right now has him with 1 block, but I think that's at least 1 short there. The games where the Engineers have fallen into big holes early, sometimes it's been tough to come back. They lost at Oswego State back on December 29th. They lost that game by 13. And they also lost to Vassar by 17, their worst loss. That was back in January 21st. That was a game where they fell behind big time early, in the midway through that first half and just could never get out of the hole. Koopstas got 8 points. Looking to drive. Here's Eichelberger. Cut off, but he'll do this turnaround spin chop. Nice hustle by Eugster for the rebound, crashing the boards. Engineers take it the other way. Long drought now for the Engineers, almost 6 minutes. Fredericks inside, fakes it, spins. Eugster brings it back out. Plenty of time on the shot clock at 16 right now. Strong move by Fredericks. He didn't get the alley that he wanted to drive, but he did force a foul on number 4, Harrison Eichelberger. But I think, okay, they're going to call that bump happen before the shot, so no free throws. I was going to say it'd be a chance to end the scoring drought, but the foul was called on the floor before the shot went up. This is Fredericks out there on the point. Inside, Eugster can't fall. Tough fight for the rebound, and Koopstas comes out of the pile with it. Back off to Green. Ty Lamport. Picked up by Kelly. Shoots over Kelly. That was no good. Inside rebound by Angbazo. Substitute in for Skidmore 32, Engel. Here's Eugster with a strong move to the basket, and he makes it and ends the scoring drought at the 9:23 mark. The Engineers going almost 7 minutes. Here's a steal by Fredericks. Black trying to take it one-on-one, goes up, left-handed. Oh gosh, it won't fall. On the floor, everyone diving for the ball. Engel has it, but throws it away. And now maybe some enthusiasm here from the RPI side. You can hear them down in front of us. The Engineers had gone more than 7 minutes, or rather almost 7 minutes, without a score. They finally get the basket by Eugster, a steal, some pressure. Crowd kind of getting behind the Engineers. They got a chance here to cut a little bit more into the lead. That one's tipped away by Riley Green. Oh no, it's going to be off of Kelly's hands. And so it'll be Skidmore basketball. Point by Skoric, and that's a little bit long. Fredericks chases down the rebound, saves it from out of bounds. Over to Black, down to Kelly. Angbazo inside, strong move, right-handed scoop, and it hit the support beam above the goal, and so it will be out of bounds, Skidmore basketball. Rubin and Eugster with 4 apiece for the Engineers. Memolar with 2. Remember, he had to go to the bench early with 2 quick fouls in the first 4:17, so he's been out since then. Skoric kind of looking to post up on Kelly. They just can't get him the ball. The Engineers cutting him off. This is Engel. Shot clock at 7. Now at 5. Koopstas. Lamport's going to jack it up, and a little bit short. Someone had to put up a shot at that point. Don Black with the rebound for RPI. Some contact inside. Lamport hits the deck. And he is going to go out. Now 5 team fouls on Skidmore. That category's evened up. You might recall the Engineers had the first 4 team fouls of the game. And now Skidmore with the next 5. Engineers looking for someone to get hot offensively here. Eugster has their last 4 points. Dishes to Angbazo. Looking for some room. Cleared out with that forearm. Yeah. Well, he led with his left forearm. And, well, fairly easy call for the official there. And that's the 5th team foul on the Engineers. We're going to have a timeout. So right now, 7:50 to go in the first half. It's been all Skidmore, 20-10. The Thoroughbreds lead it. They've not trailed the entire game. It was 7-6. Skidmore with 16:10 to play, and the RPI Engineers were just hit by an ill-timed drought there. Going without a field goal for almost 7 minutes. Euchster hit 2 free throws at the 10:45 mark, and then Euchster a layup at the 9:30 mark to make it 20-10. But there was a 13-0 run for Skidmore. That's been the difference so far in this game. Low scoring, which is what RPI likes, but they need to get someone hot offensively. Looking at some of the individual stats, fairly balanced scoring for the Thoroughbreds. Kupstas, the main man right now with 8 points, including a couple of three-pointers. Skoric has 4 points. He also has 4 rebounds, and well, he's credited for 1 block. I could have sworn he had at least 2. Lamport has 3, Riley Green has 3, and Harrison Eichelberger with 2. Over on the RPI side, Euchster with 4, Rubin with 4, and Memilar with 2. In the shooting stats, favoring Skidmore, they're hitting a healthy 44%, but right now the main stat is the Engineers shooting is just not good at all. 24% right now, and we played over 12 minutes. There's Skoric inside with the smaller black. Will he try to drive on him? He's trying to corner. No shot there coming by Alexi Downey. Oh, almost a steal by Rubin, and now a tip away by Black. Arguing for the call, but I don't think he's going to get that one. Substitution in for Skidmore, Alexi Downey, number 21. He's a 6'7" freshman from Somerville, Massachusetts, greater Boston area. Riley Green hounded by Black. Here's Kupstas. He's been quiet for a while. Now there's a shot by Eichelberger, and it's short. Oh, nice hustle by Dom Black. Skoric had the ball in his hands, and Black reached up and just knocked it away, and then Rubin saved it. Memilar likes that baseline, fakes once, thinks about it twice, spin move, off the glass and in, and boy, they needed that one. Mason Memilar was on the bench for about 9 minutes because of foul trouble, and he comes right in and hits a nice spin move on Skoric, cuts the lead down to 6. (20-14) as we get under 6 minutes here to go in the first half. That's Eichelberger with Euchster on him. RPI's defensive intensity really picking up here. Corner 3, Eichelberger, short, gets his own rebound. Right-hander, that's blocked! Oh, but that's going to be called a goaltending on Agbazo. So that basket will be good, and it makes it 22-14 Skidmore. It also ends a stretch of 8 straight points for the Engineers. They were down 20-6, ran off 8 straight to get back in this at 20-14, and now back up to 8 on the goaltending call, basket credited to Eichelberger. So 22-14 as we get to 5.5 to go in the first half. Memilar on that block where he likes it, spin to the right, puts it off the glass, gets his own rebound. Boy, that's a tough fight for the ball. Wants to go back up for it again. He's a little off balance and was double teamed. Couldn't get it to fall. Downey inside, double team. He's going to find somebody, but tipped away, and then right there is Dom Black to pick up the loose ball. Rubin looks at a 3. Tries to drive, puts up the right-handed jumper, won't go. And we get under 5 minutes to go. Skidmore with an 8-point lead. They've had it as many as 14. RPI has not led all day. RPI wanted to travel there, didn't get it, and instead Kupstas with a backdoor cut, pull-up 15-footer. He has 10 points. That leads all scorers. And the Thoroughbreds back up by 10. So we had 13 straight by Skidmore. RPI came back with 8 straight. Now 4 straight by Skidmore. They're back up by 10 as we get to 4:20 to go in the half. Agbazo forces the foul. That's going to be on Alexi Downey, number 21. Downey and Bobby Stratz, both at 6'7". Kind of playing in the middle for Skidmore right now while Skoric is out. Well, it looks like Skoric's going to check back in, and let's see, is that going to be Stratz who comes out? Stratz is a 6'7" senior out of Villanova, Pennsylvania, giving Skoric a breather for a bit. But Skoric back in now, and Angbazo is going to head to the free throw line, where he has not been yet today. Well, missed opportunity there as he misses on the front end of the 1-and-1. Skoric really fighting with Mimilar for position down low. There's a three-pointer that's off, and Rubin with the rebound. RPI pushing the pace, down by 10. Black is going to set up, has a three, and he has it. Dom Black with his first three of the afternoon. RPI's first three of the afternoon. The Engineers are within 7. Green will take a three. Boy, he came off that screening. He had a lot of room. That was a nicely executed play by the Skidmore Thoroughbreds, and they're back up by 10. Angbazo will try a three, in and out. Engineers just having a hard time from three-point land. They have just one this afternoon, 1 out of 6. Hoopstis. Green with another three from the top of the key. He likes that area. Dom Black. Again, he's a guard, but he has a real talent for blocking out bigger guys and muscling them for the rebound, and he showed it right there. RPI down 10. Rubin trying to post up on the smaller Green. Spin move, loses the handle for a second. He wanted to go up with it. Now he fakes it, gets by him. Pulled up short. Just won't fall. And the Engineers, as a team, really woeful shooting. 24% here in the first half. Hoopstis. And he's got 13. The conference leading scorer, having a terrific first half here for the Skidmore Thoroughbreds. And they are back up by 13. It's 30-17. Hoopstis now 3 of 6 from distance on the afternoon, 5 of 8 overall. By far the leading scorer here with 13 points in the first half. Skoric also doing some damage, the 6'11" center. He has 4 points, but he also has 6 rebounds and 2 blocks, leading the way for the Thoroughbreds. Over on the RPI side, again, it doesn't look pretty, especially in terms of overall shooting. The Engineers just 6 out of 25. The only guys shooting 50% are Memilar and Rubin. Both of them are 2 of 4 on the afternoon. But the Engineers really also look at 3-point shooting, 1 of 7 as a team. Overall scoring leader is Will Rubin with 6 points. Again, 2 field goals and 2 of 2 from the line. Rebounds right now, Frederick, Black, and Mimilar with 3 apiece for the Engineers. Greg Skoric leading everybody with 6 rebounds. And look at the assist category. Nobody on RPI with more than 1. Riley Green, Thoroughbreds point guard, has 3 for the Skidmore. Well, the Engineers had it down to 7, and then 6 straight here by Skidmore puts it back to 13 as we get close to the 2-minute mark here in the first half. The Engineers have had a sort of a history of sluggish starts, sluggish first half here all season, and they're going to have a second half comeback again if they're going to win today. There's a jumper by Rubin, a tip, and it's nicely done by Mimilar, and I think he drew the foul. Mason Mimilar flying in there with the right hand, got the fingertips on the ball, tipped it in, and now has a chance for the old-fashioned 3-point play. Again, he had to sit about 9 minutes because of foul trouble in this first half. So they definitely missed him, and they missed plays like that. 30-20 Skidmore, 1:45 to go, shot clock at 20. This is Green with Kelly on him, pushing off a little bit and getting inside, and he gets the roll. Nice move by Riley Green. He got on the angle, he used a little bit of the left forearm to get some space and get his shot up, and he's got Skidmore back up by 12. Mimilar will take that 17-footer, and he's got it. Mason Mimilar, 9 points, leading the Engineers. Again, his play was limited. He's only played 11 minutes so far in this half. But maybe he's the guy who can get them going. He's now 4 out of 6 from the field and a team-high 9 points. So we have a timeout here with 1:10 to go. Skidmore has led the entire way from the opening basket. It was 7-6 when RPI went on a dreadful scoring drought. Skidmore scored 13 straight to go up to 20-6. RPI got it back a little bit with an 8-0 run to make it 20-14. Skidmore quickly hit the next 2 baskets, 24-14. It's been a trade-off since then. Right now, 32-22 with 1:10 to go in the half. Again, this is the semifinals conference tournament, Liberty League Championship this weekend. First game here between the number 1 seed RPI Engineers, coming in at 21-4, and the number 5 seed Skidmore Thoroughbreds at 14-10. But Skidmore, it should be noted, is delivered one of the few losses to RPI this season. They beat them in overtime, 71-65 at the beginning of February. They've also been a school that's had a terrific history. They've won 5 of the last 10 conference tournaments. Here's Koopsis, pulls up from 15, and he's got it. Koopsis just red hot, 15 points now in the first half, and it's a 12-point lead for Skidmore as we get down to 45 seconds. Shot clock at about 21 right now. Johnny Ogbazo down to Mimilar. He likes that area. Tries to go in, lowers his shoulder, blocked by Skort, but right there for the rebound is Will Rubin. Nice hustle by Rubin, right place, right time for the follow. Brings the lead back down to 10. Shot clock off as we get under 20 seconds. Skidmore by 10, nursing it for the last shot here. And they could go to any one of their guys. Certainly Koopsis has had the hot hand. Green has been effective on the drives, but Lamport and Eichelberger can also shoot it as well. Koopsis, that's some nice defense by Will Rubin to close out the half. So the Engineers couldn't have played worse probably in the first half, and they're down by 10. Is that going to be too much for them to make up and come back in the second half? We will see. Right now we're going to take a break, come back a little bit before the start of the second half. Halftime score as we go to the break, Skidmore 34, RPI 24. And welcome back to the second half of today's semifinal conference tournament game between the Skidmore Thoroughbreds and the RPI Engineers. I'm Yancey Roy, bringing you the action on RPIathletics.com. Halftime score: Skidmore 34, RPI 24. Engineers of RPI, you know, their tendency to have that sluggish first half kind of biting them here in the conference tournament. It was 7-6 when Skidmore ran off 13 straight to go up 20-6. RPI got 8 straight back. Since then, it's kind of a tug-of-war back and forth. 34-24 Skidmore at the half. Vidas Kupstas, the Lithuanian-born guard for the Thoroughbreds, leading everybody with 15 points. This is a big day in Division III basketball all around the country. I'll just catch you up on a couple of other New York State-related school notes here. Championship of the State University of New York Athletic Conference, the SUNY Conference, SUNY-AC as they call it. 4 o'clock, that's going to be Oneonta State against Oswego State, the top-seeded team in that conference. One other New York school in action, SUNY Polytechnic, had a chance to win the North Atlantic Conference today. They led for a while, but they eventually fall to top-seeded Husson University of Bangor, Maine. The final there, 57-53. So SUNY IT falling just short of making the conference tournament. Today, this is the first game of 2. The nightcap will feature the number 2 seed Ithaca Bombers and the number 3 seed Vassar Brewers. Any one of these 4 teams can certainly win the tournament. Everybody's got enough talent and firepower to pull it off. Right now, the Engineers are going to have to come back with another one of those sort of patented second half comebacks if they're make it to the finals. They're down by 10. And if you are the Engineers and you're kind of trying to look at this optimistically, I think what you would say is, well, we can't shoot any worse than we did in that first half. I mean, 9 out of 30. For a while, it was even worse than that. It was 6 out of 25. But they shot 9 of 30 for 30%. Their defense is actually doing a decent job, holding Skidmore to 45%, and their rebounding is pretty even with the Thoroughbreds, even though Skidmore has the big guys scoring 6'11" in the middle. So it's shooting percentage really hurting the Engineers right now. Turnovers early also, and now we're going to have a foul, and that's going to be on Kupstas. Just 2 seconds into the first half with a blocking foul on Black. So the Engineers, so many second halves this year where they either came from behind or, you know, a tie game and just pulled away. Can they do it again? Here's Will Rubin. And there's a foul on Riley Green. And some words back and forth between Rubin and Green a little bit. But bad news for Skidmore. They get 2 fouls in the first 12 seconds of the half here. Nobody in foul trouble yet. Here's Memelar, spin move with the right hand, and he's got it. And Mason Memelar, who had to sit for about 9 minutes in that first half because of foul trouble, making up for lost time. He has become the featured scorer for RPI. He's got 11 here in the ball game. This is Eichelberger. Kupstas with a 3, some contact, no foul called. Skorik just using his height to tip that away from Black. Wow. And save it. Nice effort by Skorik, the center. And he's 6'11", nobody else near him on that side. There's a nice strong move and a right-handed shot by Ty Lamport, and Skidmore back up by 10. Since falling behind by 14, the closest the Engineers got it was 6 at one point. They fell back down by 13, got it down to 7. There's Mimlar, nice pump fake. Oh, coming up a little short, and he's going to end up with a foul. Mimlar thought he got swatted in the face going up for the shot. Probably some frustration there, because then he reached in on Skoric after Skoric had the rebound, so that's going to be 3 on Mimlar, and he's got to be careful. You don't want to get in more foul trouble. He missed so much of that first half, and he's been their most effective offensive player here in this game. Koopstas. Kelly on him. Long 3, and that's good. Ty Lamport with the 3-pointer. And boy, if you're Skidmore, that's the way to answer. After RPI came out strong with that first bucket, the Thoroughbreds have come back with the next 5 points, and the lead is right back to 13. Dom Black maneuvering inside. Mimlar's that 17-footer that he likes, and he's got it again. And boy, he is just really heating up. Mason Mimlar, their most effective scorer in the ball game now, 6 of 10 from the field. He's the only one with a hot hand out there for RPI. Might need some more help if they're going to come back here. Nice defense by Black. He's really got Green smothered. But a strong move inside by Lamport. Nice cut to the basket. Lamport now with 10 points rather. He's the second Thoroughbred in double digits, along with Koopstas, who has 15. In the early part of this second half, as soon as RPI gets a basket and the crowd gets behind him, Skidmore has answered. And there's Agbazo trying for the power move. He kind of lost control. There's he spun to his right and ends up being called for the travel. Skidmore finished 9 and 8 in the conference. That was 5th, 14 and 10 overall, but they beat St. Lawrence in the quarterfinals. Oh, Skoric's wide open, and he's going to dunk it. A cross up there, Mimlar and someone else, they left Skoric wide open. Mason tried to close the gap at the very end, but just a little one pump fake, and Skoric was wide open for the dunk. Dom Black is coming up a little short, and in frustration, he's called for the foul. A 15-point lead for Skidmore, their biggest of the game. RPI's been a second-half team, but it's Skidmore that's off to the hot start here in the first 3.5 minutes. Riley Green, nice dribbling, trying to get away from Agbazo. Cut off by Mimlar. Lamport, and blocking foul on Rubin. Some trash talking between the two guys here. That's one of those fouls that in college you'll almost always see the defensive player called for blocking. In the pros, there's a lot more judgment that goes into that call, and more often you'll see an offensive foul, just the way the game is called differently in the pros. They give more chance for the defensive player to establish position. Skoric looking for somebody. Koopstas will take the 3, and he's got it. Tadvitas Koopstas, 18 points. Skidmore by 18. Biggest lead of the game. Brian Kelly's been quiet today, and he's going to draw the foul from Eichelberger. 2 years ago, RPI won the regular season conference tournament, you might recall. One of the best season in school history, including an 18-game winning streak. They won the regular season conference tournament, got to the conference tournament finals against Ithaca, and in a game that frankly reminds me of this a bit. They fell behind really big early, came back late, but eventually fell to Ithaca, who claimed the conference title. That was in 2020, the last full regular season before the pandemic shut everything down. That year, the conference had 3 teams make it to the NCAAs. You had RPI, you had Ithaca, and you had Hobart. And the conference actually did quite well. They were 5-1 in the NCAA tournament before the shutdown happened and the whole thing was canceled. This year, obviously the winner of the conference tournament is going to be there. And RPI is really probably the only other team that can make it there on an at-large bid, I think. You know, just kind of looking at the overall numbers. Ithaca's 17-8. They're the next best record, and they finished second. And they have history. You know, they're a defending conference tournament champion. That all helps them. But as far as the at-large bids go, it's difficult if you're not at the 20 victory mark. So RPI, on the other hand, right now 21-4. They've been ranked at different times during the season. I think the highest at one point, well, I don't know. I'm not going to say because I don't know for sure. But the Engineers certainly have the credentials of an at-large team if they can't make the comeback here today in the semifinals. Black over Skoric, and he's got it. Don Black, and there's a steal by Black. In traffic, finds Rubin, goes up, pump shot. It goes, and a chance for a three-point play. And now the RPI fans off their feet, and the Engineers looking for some momentum. They've got it down to, well, the scoreboard says 16. I think that's supposed to be 14. Yes, now they've corrected it. 14, 46-32. A chance to get it down to 13. Will Rubin. And he's got it. 11 points for Rubin. He and Memelar leading the way, the only Engineers in double digits. So they got it down to 13, 5 straight points. Can they build the momentum? I think we've got an issue with the clock here. I'm not quite sure. The referee over to talk to the scoring table, but there was no indication there. Coach Mark Gilbride also talking to the referee. It's unclear what it's about. They are looking at the clock, though. So here we are, 46-33, Skidmore leading RPI, 15:25 to go in the second half. This is the first of 2 semifinal games here this afternoon from Troy. Second game will start about a half hour later. It's the number 2 and 3 seeds. It's the Ithaca Bombers and the Vassar Brewers. Tomorrow will be the championship game right here from Troy. This is Riley Green up top. Koopstas looking for the 3, but nice defense first by Black and then Memelar. Here's a steal by Angbazo. Loses it back and there's a foul. I don't know if that's, I think it's going to be Green. Yeah, not Eichelberger, it was Green. That is the second foul for Green, team 5th. Team foul situation right now, 5 for Skidmore and 3 for RPI. Memelar has been hot since getting back in the ball game late in the first half. Here's Don Black. He hit his last jumper. Memelar looks at a 3. He'll take it, and he's got it. 7 straight, or rather 8 straight for the Engineers, and the lead is down to 10. It's just a second 3-pointer all afternoon from RPI. Now you can hear the student section and the fans getting behind them, chanting defense. They've been quiet through most of the first half. A little bit of contact, no call. Nice dish off to Skoric, and the big guy's just going to go up over everyone. Skoric again is 6'11". Kind of towering over everybody there. Mason Memelar, the tallest Engineer, at 6'6", and when Skoric gets it that low, it's just kind of hard to do anything other than foul him. Memelar, 18-footer, he's got it. Mason Mimilar, the best shooter of this afternoon for the Engineers. Now at 8 of 12 on the afternoon, 18 points. And they're within 10. 13:30 to go. Engineers kind of pushing the Thoroughbreds way out beyond a three-point line on this possession. There's a steal by Black. Oh! And he's going to get called for the foul. Black was sort of on the weak side defense, and he anticipated the spin move by Lamport, and he came in to take it away, but apparently got some of the wrist too, so that'll be a foul. It's the 4th team foul. Rubin is going to take a break, and Fredericks, number 22, in for the Engineers. Riley Green, three-pointer, can't fall, and there's Fredericks with the rebound. Kind of got his arm caught there by Eichelberger. Mimilar will take another three. That's a little short. Riley Green pushing it, now holds up. Lamport back to Green, tries the alley-oop. Skort didn't even jump, but he caught the ball, and he's in there. He's just height. I mean, gosh almighty, he's 6'11", and they floated that pass over Brian Kelly, who's just 6'5". Skort didn't even jump for the ball. He just put his hands up, made the catch, one dribble, and banked in the shot. So it's a 12-point lead for Skidmore. It got as high as 18 at 46-28. RPI quickly got an 8-0 run to get it to 10, but they just can't quite break that threshold to get it within double digits. And the other thing that the Engineers, everybody's playing better offensively. Both teams playing better. Engineers are shooting 6 of 9 so far in the second half. Skidmore, get this, 7 of 9, and that's not a number that teams usually post against RPI. If you missed the opening, it was mentioned that RPI has the nation's best team defense in Division III. They're giving up just 57 points a game. But they've had a hard time with Skidmore here this afternoon. The Thoroughbreds right now with 50, and we've got about 13 minutes to go. Scoring-wise, the Thoroughbreds have 3 guys now in double digits. Koopsis with 18, Lamport 10, and Skort with 10. Riley Green also with 8. Over on the RPI side, Mason Mimilar has been the main man, 18 points. Will Rubin with 11. So for the Engineers, Kelly, Rubin, Euchster in the game, Fredericks in the game, and Angbazo. So you've got Black and Mimilar taking a breather right now. Here's Will Rubin. It's Avery Euchster. Rubin kind of double team, trying to make a spin move. He likes that move inside, but he's in trouble. Euchster will take the three, looks a little short. And now you're hearing it from the Skidmore side on the other side of the court there. They brought a lot of fans over from Saratoga Springs, and they're looking for an upset victory to make it to the finals of this conference tournament. Inside Lamport, good move, puts up the one-hander, and then it's going to be out of bounds on Lamport. Yeah, he's when he reached for it and slammed the game, he's trying to get control. The ball hit the end line, so it'll be RPI basketball. And this Skidmore team, they might have finished 5th during the regular season, but remember, they handed RPI just one of its 3 defeats in conference play. In early February, they defeated the Engineers 71-65 in overtime. So they know how to win against RPI. They've done it before. They also know how to win conference tournament championships. They've won 5 of the last 10 here. Mimilar, nice strong move. And Mimilar just really feeling it on offense right now. He's got 20. That leads everybody. Engineers back within 10. Hoops just from the corner. And there's a rebound by Eichelberger. Boy, giving the Thoroughbreds another chance. as we hit 11:20 to play. Pull-up jumper by Green, won't fall. Koopstas with the save. And now he fakes a three, and now put up the three. And that comes up short, and Mimilar with the rebound. Whoa. He was trying for the fast break pass to Eugster, and he hit one of the thoroughbreds in the back. I don't know if that was Green. I think it was. The ball just ricocheted all the way back. You don't see that very often, but it'll be Engineers ball on the sideline, and we're going to have a timeout here. So intensity really just picking up in the second half. Skidmore up by 10, 50-40. That's where it stood at halftime, 34-24. Skidmore got off to that terrific start in the second half, pushed the lead up to 18 at 46-28. RPI ran off 8 straight in a row to get it back to 10 points. And right to where we sit right now, 50-40. Engineers trailing Skidmore, 11:06 to play here in the second half. Both teams shooting the ball a lot better in the second half. And remember, the Engineers went 9 of 30 in the first half, 7-11 in the second. So much better, but now they've got to put the clamp down on the Skidmore offense. The thoroughbreds are shooting 7 of 13. They are led in the second half, that is. They're led by Koopstas with 18, but now Skoric and Lamport pitching in. They've got 10 apiece. Engineers have looking for that run that'll just kind of break through and get them down to, like, you know, the 5 or 6 point mark to make it a little bit more of a doable. It's come back to be a little bit more doable. Eugster now to Mimilar, out on the block, but farther out than he usually is, guarded there by Bratz. Oh, my goodness. He used a little jab step move, and Stratz hit the ground, and Mimilar is going to be charged with the foul, offensive foul, and that's not good news for RPI. Mason now with 4 fouls. And we've got 10:45 to go, and he's been their best scorer all afternoon. He was kind of holding his hand up at Coach Mark Gilbride, saying, no, 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 leave me in. But I don't think Gilbride wants to chance it with 10:45 to go. That's just a little too much time. You know, in a regular season game, you might see Mimilar sit all the way under 5 minutes. Here's a nice strong move to the basket by Lamport. Aggressive driving to the hoop by Lamport and Green, really paying off for Skidmore. The lead's back up to 12. Point I was trying to make is, in a regular season game, a guy with 4 fouls, you might not see him again until 4 or 5 minutes left. And I'm wondering if it won't be that long for Mimilar, because the Engineers have just got to dig out of this hole. Rubin, pump fake, goes up, nice feed, Eugster, blocked by Skoric. Avery Eugster back up and in. No quitting on the ball by Avery there. He's a guy who comes off the bench and plays inside despite being 6'3". And he's mixing it up with Skoric. He got his shot blocked, but didn't lose his poise, recovered, got the ball, put it back in, and now a chance for a 3-point play. And it's a little short, so the chance to get it under 10 is missed, and it stays at 52-42, Skidmore. Seeing some of the other teams that were watching the game here, Vassar Brewers were watching over to my left, but now they are game under 10 minutes to go in the second half. They're going to head to the locker room. That's the second game of this doubleheader. Ithaca and Vassar coming up. The winners today meet tomorrow right here in Troy for the conference tournament championship. So here we sit, 52-42 Skidmore, with 9:55 to go in the second half. And Engineers going to need one of those second half comebacks that they've been so good at all year against a tough Skidmore team if they're to prevail here and move on to the conference finals. And Skidmore was, or rather, RPI was 21-4 coming into this game. So if you're looking ahead and they don't come back, yes, I think there's probably a pretty decent chance for an at-large bid, but right now you can't think about that if you're RPI. This is Koopstas rather, sorry. Eichelberger back to Lamport. He's been very good and aggressive at driving. He pulls up this time, comes up a little short. Black with the rebound. A foul down low. And it's gonna be on Engel, I believe, who's just back into the game. That's his first. He's number 32 there. Agbazo with the point. His first of the afternoon. It's been a tough offensive game rather for Johnny Agbazo here today. Engineers on a 6-game winning streak. The last time they lost, it was to Skidmore up in Saratoga Springs. Here's Lamport. Ball game at 8. Here's this critical point. Can the Engineers hold tight defensively, get the ball back, and try to get it to 6 or 5, which will really light up the crowd. Shot clock at 8. Koopstas will take it, and he's got a 3, and oh man, that hurts. Engineers had just got it down to 8. They were looking good defensively. Koopstas, with the shot clock winding down, decides to go up for the 3, and he hits it. And it's back out to an 11-point lead. Rubin trying to drive on Engel. Inside, just can't get the roll. There's Euchster with the putback. Euchster again playing above his height, down low, getting the rebound on the block. Nice follow-up. Reduces the lead back to 9 points. And now up at the scorer's table, it looks like Memelar getting ready to check back in, even though he's got 4 fouls. We're getting down to 8 minutes to go. Alley-oop, try to score it. Euchster tips it away. Skoric saves it. Now Lamport inside. Skoric goes up for the dunk, and no one's going to stop him. No one's going to stop him when he gets the ball that low off the block, and it's back out to an 11-point lead for the Thoroughbreds. Looks like Memelar is staying at the scorer's table, so he'll be back in at the next stoppage of play. But RPI not calling a timeout to get him in. Here's Black, a little bit short. Skoric with the rebound. And now some contact. Black with the foul. And that's going to be his 4th as well. So now you've got 2 other starters, the RPI starters, in foul trouble, Black and Memelar. And also the 6th team foul for RPI. So basically from here on out, both teams in the bonus. Skidmore already at 17 fouls, and RPI now at 6, and there's going to be a little timeout. 7:47, we get ready for the home stretch. RPI down by 11. They've been trailing this entire game. I believe the last and only tie was at, if I'm remembering correctly, I think it was 2-2. Right when we got underway. And Engineers far down is 18 points here in the second half. Got it back down to 10, and at 1.8, it was 52-44. They just can't quite get that stop they need in the basket they need to really get it to like something like 6 or 5, where all of a sudden you would really feel like it's in reach and the crowd would really get behind you. So you're still struggling to get that. It's still a lot of time left. There's 7:47 to go here in the second half. It's the conference tournament semifinals. Top seeded RPI, 21-4. And the number 5 seed Skidmore Thoroughbreds coming in at 14-10, but you got to note, they are the last team to beat RPI this year winning 71-65 up in Saratoga at the beginning of February. They're also a school with a lot of success in basketball. 5 of the last 10 conference tournaments titles have gone to Skidmore. And they're looking for an upset here today. This is Lamport inside. That's Eichelberger on Bazo. Turnaround spin shot, and it's in, and boy, it's back to 13. Every time RPI looks like they're making a run, Skidmore has had the answer here today. Memelar, pump fake inside. I think we're going to get a foul on Skoric there before the shot. Yeah. But it will be free throws for Memelar because, as I mentioned just a little while ago, both teams now in the bonus. 7:11 to go in the ball game. Skidmore leading all day and right now holding a 13-point lead. Credit to the Thoroughbreds. They've answered every RPI run. They've not folded at all. They're playing on the road in Troy. A home court where the Engineers have not lost all season. But they're in a big hole now. Eichelberger inside on Kelly. Jump hook won't fall. Memelar with the rebound. Going to try to take it all the way. Mason up with the shot, and he gets the roll. 22 points for Mason Memelar. Engineers back within 11. Here's Koopstas. Engel in the corner. Long three, won't fall. Memelar with a nice box out of Skoric. Bazo with a nice strong move, but just a little bit out of control as he sought to put the ball off the glass. Engineers miss a chance to cut it to 9, and instead it's Skidmore, and they're going to bring it back and milk a little clock there. You see Coach Joe Burke pacing the sideline again. He's been very successful, 5 conference championships in the last 10 years. Looking to spend a little clock here as they're down under 10. It's now at 7, but no hurry. Koopstas, it's at 3. There's a steal by Kelly. 1 on 2, but he puts it up and in. Nice hustle, Brian Kelly. He didn't have numbers, but didn't care. Took it all the way for the bank shot, and the lead is down to 9 as we get down to 5:15. Here to go in the second half. Nice feed inside, Koopstas. Boy, he cut along the baseline and nobody went with him. And the lead's back to 11. Bazo coming up short, and he's going to get called for the charge. And not a happy crowd here in Troy at that call, but Johnny Bazo, second foul. Engineers needing some answers on offense, down by 11. And I think we're going to have a timeout here, RPI. They get ready for one big push, 5:04 to go in the second half. Skidmore by 11, 61-50. And kind of the story here is, well, the biggest story really has probably been the Engineers' cold start in the first half. They got out to a 6 of 25 start shooting-wise in terms of field goals, 6 out of 25. I mean, since then they've been pretty darn good, 14 out of 24, but it was such a huge hole in the first half. They were down by 14, and then those first few minutes of the second half when the lead ballooned up to 18. They've been playing better offensively, certainly Memelar and Rubin leading the way. Got it down to 8 on a couple occasions here in the second half, but just can't quite get it closer. Can't quite get it closer. You're going to need some stops here
and some buckets. They're going to make a run, certainly plenty of time, and they've done it before here at home. Again, they have not lost in Troy on campus all season. But they're down by 11, and with 5:04 to go here in the second half. It's the first semifinal game. The second one comes up later. It'll be Vassar versus Ithaca. The winners today meet tomorrow for the title and the automatic NCAA bid. Here's Koopstas, picked up by Kelly. Oh, he almost tipped it away. Shot clock at 11. Eichelberger, Koopstas. He'll go up for the three, and it's off, and Tom Black the rebound. Fast break on Bazo, tried for the dunk. It was probably a little too far out, but he did draw the foul. And so he will go to the line. Angbazo, 2 of 3 from the free throw line today. But it's been a tough day otherwise. Offensively, he's 0 of 8 from the field. Oh, a little short. Engineers going to need all their free throws they can get here if they're going to make this comeback. Skidmore is in the bonus situation, 9 fouls, so soon be in the double bonus. Right now, RPI is 8 of 12. I'll make it 9 of 13 from the line, which is pretty much in keeping with where they are on the season. But boy, they're just going to need every shot they can if they're going to make this up in the last 4:26 of the second half. Lamport, Koopstas. Skidmore really milking the clock now the last few possessions. Shot clock at 10. Basically, they're not going to try to shoot when it's above 10. Here's Green, misses. Koopstas rebound, nice save. Back out to Green. Lamport, and they're going to take some more time. Shot clock at 15. And you can almost tell without knowing for sure that Joe Burke has told them, we're not shooting anything until the shot clock's under 10. Koopstas with the one-handed shot on the drive, no good. Rebound gets tipped, and Rubin controls. 3:45. Angbazo with 2 on him. Goes up, and it's blocked by Lamport. Mimilar fights inside. Thought he got a hand on it for a second, but then it's Skoric that comes up with it. And again, Skidmore just pulling the ball out last, 5 possessions here. Not even starting to run a play until we get close to 10 seconds on the shot clock. And we're down to 3:12 to go in the game. Shot clock at 4. A three-pointer by Lamport. Not a great shot, he badly missed, but basically they did what they wanted to do on that possession, which was use up about 30 seconds. Will Rubin and Mimilar, they've been the 2 leading scorers for the Engineers. Rubin, he'll take the 3. Oh, it's just off to the right side.
RPI has really not found its way on three-pointers all day. They're just 2 out of 11. Skidmore at twice the percentage at 36%, 9 out of 25. So that's another reason the Thoroughbreds have this big lead. They've made 7 more three-pointers. Riley Green in traffic, and he makes that layup. Skidmore players coming off the bench and now maybe feeling it as they have a 12-point lead with 2:15 to go. That was a tough basket by Green. Rubin can't make it, and Skorik's got the rebound. And you're going to see Skidmore milk some more clock, and now they on the bench. You can see them fired up, their assistant coaches. They've got this game with a 12-point lead and under 2 minutes to go. And if they hang on this, they will deliver the first home court loss to the Engineers all season, and they will knock them out of this conference tournament. Riley Green, 17-footer, can't go. Dom Black has it, but we're down to 140. Engineers need scoring in a hurry. Black all the way, strong move, right-handed shot puts it up and in, and we're down to 10 points, but the clock's at 1:30. Do they start fouling? Here's Riley Green, breaks away, feed off to Skorik for the dunk, and
that might be your exclamation point. We still got 1:20 to go, but now a big 12-point lead for the Skidmore Thoroughbreds. They've won 5 conference championships in 10 years, and they might be playing for a 6th tomorrow. Here's Ruben, missing it, Skoric rebound, and you can kind of just see the body language now kind of deflating a bit on the RPI side as we get under a minute. Skidmore cheering, fans cheering, bench is up, RPI pulling back, not even pressing now. We get under 50 seconds. Skidmore is going to become the first team to beat RPI twice this year. They led all the way. It was 7-6. They had that 13-0 run to go up 20-6, and really that's been the key to the entire game. Hoops is with another punctuation mark, if you will. He's got 26 points. He's the leading scorer in the conference, and he's going to lead the Skidmore Thoroughbreds into the conference championship tomorrow. Dom Black with a 3. Shot clock is off now, although there is a foul. And your Skidmore Thoroughbreds are going to move to 15-10 on the year. And they're going to move on to the conference tournament finals tomorrow right here in Troy. Game still here on Troy, despite the fact that we won't be seeing the Engineers. I believe that tip-off is 2 o'clock. But also double check either RPIathletics.com or also LibertyLeagueAthletics.com. We will bring you the webcast for the championship game, despite the fact that the Engineers will not be there.
68-53, 21 seconds to go. Give you a quick look at the stats before we're probably going to cut out right as the buzzer goes. Coops just leading the way for the Thoroughbreds, 26 points, but 3 other guys in scoring double digits. Skoric 14, Lamport 12, Riley Green 10, Harrison Eichelberger 6. Basically, their 5 starters accounted for all 68 points. All of the guys also playing at least 32 minutes, so relying heavily on the starting 5, and it's worked for Skidmore here. RPI, besides Mason Memelar, nobody really coming up with a good offensive game. Mason leading the way. He has 22 points on 10 of 15 shooting. He also had 9 rebounds, so a really, really good game for him, despite the early foul trouble. Will Rubin, the only other guy in double digits with 11. Dom Black, 7 points. He did have 6 rebounds. He also led the team with 3 assists. And if you're RPI, you're going to be done as far as the conference championship goes, but you're hoping this is not your last game. You're going to fall to 21-5, and that certainly should be in consideration for an at-large pick to the NCAA tournament. 2 years ago, the Engineers got one. And they'll have to just wait and see now this year if they'll be able to get back out there. A couple of Thoroughbreds checking out, Riley Green and Koopstis going out, Downey in, Engel in, Harrison Eichelberger out, and other substitutions in, 23 Ian Bentley, so allowing them to, some of the starters to come out to a nice ovation from the Skidmore crowd who made the trip from Saratoga, cheering their team on to, well, you'd have to call it an upset. It's not a stunner because Skidmore did beat RPI, did split the season series with RPI. So you can't say it's a stunner, but it's certainly an upset when the number 5 seed beats the number 1 seed on their home floor. Memelar shot down, or the clock down at 11. That one hit off the support above the basket. Cam Bleebtray in for the Engineers, getting some time here at the end of the game. Clock now under 10 seconds, and they'll just get across the half-court line and run out the clock here. The final score, Skidmore 70, RPI 53. Remember, we will have the championship game tomorrow featuring Skidmore and the winner of the second game between Vassar and Ithaca. Thanks for tuning in with us here on RPI Athletics.